Have you ever stopped to wonder why there are days when you wake up feeling more exhausted than when you went to sleep? Why, even after a full night of rest, your body feels heavy, your mind sluggish, and it's as if carrying your own weight has become a supernatural effort. You try to explain it. Oh, it's just stress. It's just a phase. Maybe it's just age catching up, but deep down, something bothers you. Something feels out of place. As if there's an invisible void, draining your energy from the inside slowly, silently, and you can't explain it. The truth is, thousands of people are living this exact same nightmare. And the most terrifying part, most of them don't even realize it. They start getting used to this new version of themselves. They accept fatigue as part of life, as if it's normal to live without drive, without focus, without energy. But let me tell you a truth no one else dares to say. It's not normal. It's not normal to wake up and already feel like the day is going to be a burden. It's not normal to depend on coffee, sugar, or any stimulant just to get through. And it's not normal to look in the mirror and no longer recognize who you are. Something is wrong. And the worst part, it doesn't show up in tests. It's not diagnosed by doctors, and it's not treated with regular medicine. It's something deeper, more silent, more dangerous. There's a malfunction happening right inside your body. A malfunction that starts in the very core of your life energy. And once it takes hold, it can completely change the way you live, feel, and react. But what exactly is failing? And why is no one talking about it? The answer might shake you. The truth is, there's a hidden signal, a microscopic detail that almost no one notices, but it might be the only warning your body gives before it completely shuts down. This signal is present in all of us, but only the alert ones notice it, and those who ignore it end up paying a high price. In the next few minutes, you'll understand what's draining your energy, and more importantly, how to reignite that invisible force that powers your body before it's too late. You're about to discover something that could explain not only your constant fatigue, but also your inability to focus, your mood swings, and even why your body isn't responding the way it used to. What if I told you the problem isn't in your muscles, isn't in your nerves, and isn't even in your brain? The problem lies within the cells themselves. More precisely, in the small, almost invisible structures called mitochondria. You've probably heard of them in biology class. But what no one told you is that your entire life depends on them. They are the power plants of your body. The little engines responsible for converting everything you eat and breathe into pure energy. Without mitochondria, you can't move, think, feel, or even blink. They are what keep your body alive, literally. But here's where it gets dark. As you age, and especially if you're exposed to stress, poor diet, pollution, lack of sleep, your mitochondria begin to die. They stop working. They become weak, inflamed, and dysfunctional. And when that happens, it's as if your entire body goes into slow shutdown mode. First, you lose stamina. Then, your memory starts to blur. Your metabolism slows. Your immunity collapses. Your motivation disappears. Your mind gets foggy. And no matter how much you rest, how much you eat, how much you try to get better, nothing works. Because the engine inside you, the very system that turns fuel into power, is broken. Now think about this. When a car has engine trouble, no matter how clean the exterior is, it won't move. Your body is no different. If your mitochondria are failing, no amount of willpower, vitamins, or green juices will fix the problem. You need to go straight to the core. That's exactly what makes this different. What we're going to reveal next has nothing to do with caffeine, sugar, or temporary boosts. It's something much deeper. Because recently, scientists discovered that it's possible to reactivate your mitochondria to restore their power, to regenerate their structure, and to reboot your body's energy at the cellular level. It's not science fiction. It's real, it's proven, and it's changing the way we understand aging, fatigue, and vitality. And this isn't just about feeling a little better. It's about getting your life back. It's about looking in the mirror and seeing someone awake, present, and strong. It's about reclaiming that fire in your chest, the one that made you wake up every day ready to fight, create, and conquer. You don't have to accept that your energy is fading. You don't have to live on autopilot. There is a way to awaken your body from within. And the next part of this story will show you how to do that before the damage becomes irreversible. Now imagine this. What if those tiny engines inside your cells, the mitochondria, could suddenly turn back on? What if the broken circuits were repaired? What if the spark that once lit up every part of you physically, mentally, emotionally could be reignited? That's not a dream. It's happening, and it starts deep inside your cells. When mitochondria are restored, something extraordinary occurs. Your body begins to wake up not just from fatigue, but from years of silent damage that have been holding you back without you even knowing. You start to feel a steady stream of energy, not jittery, not artificial, but a calm, focused power flowing through your muscles and your mind. You begin to think clearer, remember more, react faster. Suddenly, the fog that once clouded your brain starts to lift. That heaviness in your body, it begins to melt away. Your muscles recover faster, your skin glows, you sleep deeper, and wake up with real strength. But the change isn't just physical, it goes beyond that. Because when your cells are alive, when your mitochondria are healthy, your emotions stabilize. The crushing weight of anxiety and sadness, it loosens its grip. You begin to feel like yourself again. More confidence, more clarity, more resilience to stress. Your body, your brain, your mood, they all synchronize into a rhythm that feels natural again. It's like your entire system finally starts working in harmony. But here's the shocking part. This level of transformation can happen without extreme diets, without stimulants, and without exhausting workouts that leave you drained. All because of one thing. Your mitochondria, those tiny engines that were silently crying out for help, are finally getting what they need. And that's where Mitolyn comes in. Because Mitolyn wasn't made to mask your symptoms. It wasn't created to give you a fake energy spike. It was formulated precisely and scientifically to target your mitochondrial health from the inside out. With ingredients backed by cutting-edge research, each component was chosen to stimulate mitochondrial regeneration, reduce cellular inflammation, support ATP production, the real energy molecule, and defend your cells against oxidative stress, the true enemy of aging. It's like going into the factory of your body and fixing the machinery that powers every single function. And when that happens, you don't just feel better, you become better. Because healing doesn't start with the muscles. It starts with the smallest spark, the invisible fire within your cells. And now that spark can become a flame again. The next part of this journey reveals the hidden dangers that most people ignore and why not taking action now could lead to something far more serious. We're not just talking about tiredness. We're talking about a silent breakdown that affects your body, your mind, your future. And what you choose to do after hearing this might change everything. You may not see it. You may not feel it, not right away, but inside your body, something is breaking, silently, slowly, systematically. It's not just age, it's not just stress. It's the invisible decay of your mitochondria, the cellular power plants that fuel every heartbeat, every breath, every thought. And when they begin to fail, so does everything else. Your energy dips. That's only the beginning. You wake up tired, even after a full night's sleep. Your memory slips. You forget names, directions, words. Your muscles feel weak. Your heart races without warning. And your emotions, they start to swing from numbness to anxiety to full-blown burnout. But here's the terrifying truth. Most people don't notice the collapse until it's too late, because it doesn't happen in a day. It happens over years. It starts with fatigue. Then comes brain fog. Then the digestion slows. Weight piles on. Mood disorders appear. Inflammation spreads like wildfire through your body. Organs begin to suffer. Hormones fall out of balance. And at the root of it all, the quiet destruction of your mitochondria. It's a domino effect. And once it starts, it's hard to stop, unless you take action fast. Because the longer your mitochondria stay damaged, the more your body adapts to dysfunction. It becomes your new normal. And that's the scariest part. You begin to accept the fatigue. You accept the brain fog. You accept the decline. You blame age, work, kids, life. But inside, you know something deeper is wrong. Now let this sink in. Your cells have one job: to keep you alive, strong, and thriving. But when their engines fail, they can no longer protect you. Instead, they begin to age you from the inside out. And modern life, it's making things worse. We're exposed to toxins, processed foods, chronic stress, artificial light, all of which destroy mitochondrial function. This isn't a theory, it's biology. Which leads to the real question. How long have your mitochondria been crying for help and no one listened? That's why Mitolyn is not just a supplement. It's a line of defense. A scientific weapon designed to interrupt the collapse and spark a rebirth at the cellular level. Every capsule is a message to your body. You haven't given up. You're rebuilding. Because the cost of doing nothing is more than fatigue. It's more than discomfort. It's the silent loss of your future potential. And sometimes your life. But the good news, you can stop it. In the next part, we'll uncover the science behind the comeback, how thousands of people have already begun to reverse years of damage using a natural approach. One that starts not in the gym, not in the kitchen, but in the mitochondria. And once you understand this, you'll never see your health the same way again. So, you now understand the collapse, the hidden destruction inside your cells, the slow death of your energy, and the terrifying truth that most people live in this decay without even knowing. But what if there was a way to reverse it? Not just mask the symptoms, not just boost energy for a few hours, but actually help your cells rebuild, to reignite the powerhouse within you. That's exactly what Mitolyn was created for. Because when you repair your mitochondria, you don't just feel better, you become better. Let's break it down. Inside every Mitolyn capsule, there's a synergistic blend of scientifically researched ingredients. Not fluff, not hype, just real compounds that have been shown to fuel mitochondrial health and regeneration. Let's start with CoQ10. Think of it as the spark plug of your cellular engine. Without it, your mitochondria can't produce the energy your body needs. As you age, CoQ10 levels plummet, but Mitolyn brings them back. Next, PQQ, a rare compound that doesn't just repair mitochondria, it actually helps your cells grow new ones. Yes, it stimulates mitochondrial biogenesis, the process of creating fresh, healthy engines to power your body. Now pair that with acetyl-L-Carnitine, the transporter that carries fatty acids into your mitochondria, so they can be burned for clean, long-lasting energy. Add to that Resveratrol, a powerful antioxidant that protects these tiny engines from oxidative damage, like armor for your cells. And don't forget the B vitamins, the essential building blocks for energy production and nervous system repair. All of it designed to do one thing: revive your cells, restore your energy, reclaim your life. But here's the real secret. Mitolyn doesn't just help you feel better for a day. It sets off a biological chain reaction. Within the first week, most people report clearer thinking, more stable energy, no more 3 p.m. crashes, no more waking up exhausted. Within a few weeks, the inflammation begins to drop, the digestive system calms, the brain fog lifts, and with time, the weight that refused to budge starts to come off, not because of starvation, but because your metabolism is finally working again. You move differently, you think differently, you live differently, because this isn't a surface level change. This is cellular rebirth. Now pause. Imagine who you would be if you had this version of yourself 10 years ago. The clarity, the confidence, the energy. What could you have accomplished? And now ask yourself, do you really want to go another 10 years living at half capacity? Or is this the moment where everything changes? Your body has been begging for this kind of help, for repair, for protection, for power. Mitolyn is that help. And now you know the truth. The decision is yours. In the description, you'll find the link to Mitolyn. Don't wait, because for some, this video was just interesting, but for others, it's the line between a slow decline and a powerful comeback. Which one will you be?